All right.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Monday Night Raw post show here, of course, with the Salt Shakers. And boy. And it's very funny because we're in cash in season and we have yet to see a cash in. Do y'all think a cash in is coming in a couple weeks? I'm going to let that sit on your head and we're going to get started with Monday Night Raw.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
That is correctamundo. Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Here with the Salt Shakers. Of course, I am not alone. I am accompanied by my tag team partner, Dreon Santana, the EIC of WWT. Okay. And of course, Nikki Bougie here. Listen, Monday Night Raw was
What?
it was very sports entertaining based, but great matches.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that were happening
Yeah.
tonight, per se, to
Yeah.
watch and everything, and I got to see my man all throughout the show, so
Girl.
I'm a happy
Yeah.
girl.
Speaking of, honey, first up, Finn Balor starting us off tonight, and he was interrupted by who many of us thought was the Money in the Bank winner, Damian Priest, fellow Judgment Day member as well. However, he was really confronted by Rhea Ripley, who is sick and tired of all the debacle going on in Judgment Day, and she does not want to handle any of these issues in front of the WWE universe. She believes that they are family and they should be held accountable, but in private. However, Seth Rollins didn't give a damn about none of that as he came out with his wings and fries, what it looks like. He looked like he was at home chilling in his robe or jumpsuit, whatever it may be. He's not impressed and he irritates Finn a little bit. But when we get to the back, Damian meets up with Judgment Day and they start to talk, and Rhea basically reiterates, we need to be here for each other. We need to do what we're supposed to do and stick together as a family. But we get to our first match of the night, which came pretty quick. Drew McIntyre and Riddle teaming up for whatever reason, taking on Imperium. I really like this match because I love how Gunther was like coaching them. And like he looked like a proud dad. Like every time like you would see him, they would go to commercial. There were some really good spots in this match too. And Imperium, I'm gonna be honest, I think they're one of the best tag teams on this brand. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe Santana can help me out. I don't know why Riddle and Drew were kind of in a tag team in the first place.
I mean, because of the fact that last week they both have common enemies, which just happened to be Imperium, and of course with Drew popping up on Gunther at Money in the Bank after the match with Riddle, basically coming to his aid and helping him, and then even the week before Riddle having his match, and he comes out to assist him, and save him once again. It resulted into them having this tag match, which they did end up winning. But what shocked me is the fact that Gunther was not so happy.
No.
He was very mad at Giovanni. Very mad. I don't know what he said to him, but honestly, in any language, it means you gonna get your ass when we get back here. I'm telling you right now. I told you not to touch nothing in this store. And what you do? You touch everything in this store. So
his head was probably so messed up when he met Matt Riddle's knee following shortly before the victory. But it was a good opener. I mean, I wasn't too excited because I'm not the biggest Drew McIntyre fan. And I did not think y'all was going to bring his ass on Monday Night Raw. I thought he was going to be over there with Stephanie and Santana on SmackDown.
Already there. He needed he came out on Gunther. Gunther's on Raw.
That's true.
There's no need for him to come down to SmackDown.
That's true. I really forgot about that, though, to be honest. There was so much that happened at Money in the Bank. That was the least of my worries. But what's up to everyone in the chat?
Hey, Joseph. Hey,
Jeffrey, Joseph,
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Eddie, you did good.
You said what?
I was telling Eddie, it's all right. You did good.
You did great. And then we moved on. Like Santana said, Gunther was a little upset, honey. Child, you better watch your tone.
The factions are getting out of hand, honey.
Girl, you telling me. Y'all might want to go ask Savannah and Deville and Jay Vardell what they do so great.
Right.
They don't never argue.
No.
Ever. And then Damian and Finn just, reinsure with one another. We're good, But what's very funny and very telling is Damian. Damian is so cryptic, and he says that he's Money in the Bank winner for now. This isn't going to be cashed in. Not now, but it's soon. Damian made it very clear to Finn, the WWE Universe, the rest of Judgment Day, that his cash in is coming soon, whether or not. Because they were kind of really having the argument about who gets Seth first. Finn feels like he has unfinished business. Damian feels like he just wants to get at the gold. And yes, they do have new merge as well. Cute little tops.
They have a plethora of new shirts. Like Rhea got one, Dominic got one, Finn got one, the whole Judgment Day got one. Stop saying that. God damn it.
Every week.
I don't need this right now. Why do y'all like to stress me out?
We also get to Jackie talking to the current tag team champion Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. However, they were briefly interrupted by Rhea and Dominic. And when I tell you Judgment Day really runs Monday Night Raw, because literally everything that has happened has literally involved the Judgment Day. Rhea, I'm going to be very honest. Girl, you got to stay out of men's business. Like, you got to find you some business. Now, it was
she did say any version of the Judgment Day
could be
titles.
Yeah.
So her and Dominic could be a tag.
I don't know if they run it and do this would change the landscape of WWE. I think it would push a lot of people back. Mm-hmm. But I think if WWE did this, I think it would be crazy. But I don't want to speculate. I want to leave it as it is. No. Because I don't want to get my hopes up and then think that Rhea's going to get an opportunity with the guys, and then she's not, because at the end of the day, we want her versus Solo. I don't care about the tag or anything like that. I want to see her go up against one of the boys. But
Rhea Ripley can stop Solo.
Yeah. Absolutely. Sure. We also saw a video package with Indashir. Mm-hmm. Really trying to self-claim their worthiness, and say that Jinder said something that was very, I'm paraphrasing, but he was like, winning gold is something and something, I don't know, it was like an illusion or some shit. Listen, y'all, I'm not feeling it. This is boring. Like, what are we doing? It's like y'all trying to force it in our faces. It's not working. Like, it's just not working. But we'll see what happens. And then we also got to this match that was supposed to happen between Seth and Dominic Mysterio. However, that did not go as planned because Dominic decided to attack Seth. And then the rest of Judgment Day comes out. And then after Seth is getting really his ass handed to at that point, Kevin and Sami come out. And that leads us to our main event as well, which we'll get into a little later. Once again, a fluctuation of Judgment Day. Judgment Day, Judgment Day, Judgment Day. So, if you don't believe them, shit. Now, this is actually one thing that I did not realize was going to be the icing on the cake for me. I know we said last week that they would be having a little run on, a little one on one, a little face to face. Logan
Mhm.
Paul and Ricochet. Ricochet, they both look like two badass children. Like, it's nuts. But Ricochet on the mic is quite hilarious because he's not always been looked at as one of the best talkers in the game. But man, Ricochet really called out Logan Paul, said you went on your platform, you said I was unprofessional. Um, you also went on there and said, which Logan Paul did, he said he barely knew what the hell was going on and he barely knew what he was doing. I thought it was very smart of WWE to play into this. It's not really kayfabe, but we don't really know how much tension is between the two. But as a professional wrestler, I don't think I would have liked Logan Paul's comments either. In my opinion, and I stated this before, and Santana stated this before, I think what Ricochet did at Money in the Bank was the safest thing for both of them. You can't say someone's unprofessional and doing something that you said in the same sentence that you didn't know what was going on.
Right.
I think we're slowly breaching the end of the road to Logan Paul in a sense. Maybe he'll be back, but there is I've been seeing some news stories. I don't know how true they are, but it's saying he's going to have some legal issues with the FDA on his Prime drink, saying that it's like 6 bottles of Coca-Cola, the same grams or sugar or whatever it may be. But listen, I don't know. I'm very invested in the feud between Ricochet and Logan Paul. Ricochet also, when Logan Paul came out, gave us the little Velvet Dream twirl, honey. I don't know, girl. I'm invested a little bit. I want to see him fight though. Like I want to see him put him in a pit match.
A Velveteen twirl.
The Velveteen twirl. That's what I said.
Twirl. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The little thing he did on. Yeah. That's what I call it, the Velveteen twirl.
I thought you talking about Ricochet, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the way Logan Paul came out. Like he looked what he was given was Velveteen twirl. I'm like, what?
No. I was saying when Logan Paul came out, Ricochet gave him the Velveteen twirl. Coming off the ropes and whatever the hell, doing the little spinny thing for the crowd. I don't know. I wasn't that impressed about it because I feel like y'all try to reinvent stuff that has already been done, and that's such a staple. And I think that's why I call it the Velveteen twirl, because it's that memorable with Velveteen. It's not really I don't know. It just didn't hit the same. Mm-hmm. It only hit the same with Velveteen.
And I think because it was of course NXT, the sense, because I mean this is a main roster crowd. They may, enjoy it for the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, not only did he give him that, I mean he also put Logan Paul in his place in the but Logan Paul was eating him up on the mic. I will give him that.
He definitely was.
Ricochet, this is probably the best promo that Ricochet has ever done in his entire life. And that's all 20 years that he's been a wrestler.
Just from Logan Paul to come out and crush him.
It dressed a little bit like Bad Bunny too. So,
Sweet.
I mean, I'm sure that their match at SummerSlam is going to be quite eventful. I mean, they both have made moments together, starting with Royal Rumble and then moving on to Money in the Bank. So, I'm sure they'll flip their way around and play tricks and do some choreographs together. Something.
They'll figure it out. I think it's going to be good because Logan Paul even said when they are in the ring, it's like magic. It's like fireworks. They do have a really good chemistry. I hate that this spot made it so controversial. But then again, Logan Paul is a content creator. He's smart. Mm-hmm. He may just be saying this. That he may just say that, and then now it's a storyline. I think all of it's PR. I think all of it's marketing. He probably doesn't feel like Ricochet was unprofessional, but they probably came up with a story. And why not use Logan Paul's platform. I think like what people have to realize about Logan Paul is that he's being used for marketing. That's why it baffled me that people thought he was going to win Money in the Bank. It could have happened, but honestly, if they would have done that, I think they would have lost a lot of people who have been, I don't know, I call it the SummerSlam, the SummerSlam effect. Like ever since SummerSlam of last year, it's like a new era. And I think since that era, they've done pretty good with the decisions, making sure that the fans are included.
I mean, Logan Paul is a social media personality, but at the time, right there, he is considered to be a WWE superstar because he has signed a WWE contract. So he is a WWE superstar. He can try to pass it off as not being or want to consider himself as a social media personality, but he is outside of WWE.
Yeah, he is.
You can't get away from that.
Of course, we have to get to the women's matches of the night. Now, there was a lot of rumors, a lot of different things going on, but Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark did have their match tonight. They were on the card pretty early as well. This was the match of the night for me. I don't care. They did a phenomenal job. Great chemistry, a lot of storytelling. Trish getting involved, Becky not having anyone really to help her in her corner,
Right.
which honestly led to her losing because I have to be honest, getting a victory over Becky Lynch is very impressive. No matter if you're cheating, no matter if you're using other people, hell, no matter if you're Trish Stratus, getting a win over Becky is very important in this day and age. And it does nothing to bring Becky down. That's the thing. The one thing that I loved about the way WWE has built Becky in the longevity run is that she's such a hierarchy of a superstar that if she loses, she just loses. There was a moment where I thought Zoe was going to actually take the victory with that kick. That was nuts. And then Becky, trying to do everything that she can. Trish getting involved multiple occasions, not getting thrown out for whatever reason. Trish in this face mask, Lord, I can't deal with it.
I mean, I just think that, I want to say that with this match, of course, with Becky and Zoe was great. Honestly, like Zoe is such an amazing talent in the ring, and her and Becky were really wrestling each other, like per se. Like this was a really good match to have for the women on like a Monday Night Raw, despite the fact that Trish, of course, being Trish, getting involved and getting kicked in the face, but she sold the hell out of that per usual.
She did.
Great seller in the ring. But Zoe, she makes up for the balance of that. Trish is a great seller and Zoe is a great wrestler. So they have like a nice balance with each other.
She has a great moveset too.
She does.
Like her whole entire I love people who are very forceful in the ring. And Zoe is definitely one of those. We move on because Maxine Dupree has graduated from Alpha Academy, and she is looking to wear her Barbie pink and sashay down the ramp to her graduation. And she was given a Letterman jacket by Chad and Otis. And she even gave us a beautiful speech before that, looking damper as always in her pink. I think this is just so cute. Her little pastel pink. However, Valhalla didn't give a damn, just like she doesn't give a damn about how dirty her fucking feet are. Okay, she interrupted the graduation, and Maxine was left stunned. The shot of Valhalla walking off, the medium shot that they get of her, is hilarious because she just looks like, I don't give a damn. I just ruined everything. She did.
Girl, she took the jacket too.
What the fuck are you gonna do with the jacket?
I guess she gonna put it on.
She's gonna do some ritual next week.
She's gonna wipe her feet with it. That's what's gonna happen.
She's gonna put it in a pit of fire and put a calf over it, like a cow, and then burn it and sacrifice it and put the blood on her eyes or some shit.
Even Maxine got You Deserve a Chance, which I get them out to anybody, but
I think the crowd is,
guys.
I think the crowd is so funny because like you'll be surprised like what's over in the crowd.
Like
Like
anything is over.
I think it surprises people how over like LA Night is, but now it's starting to be more relevant. So it's not, and I think I'm surprised at how over Maxine is. But then when I get on the internet, it's like that's all they talk about. Like during her segments, Twitter is blowing the hell up. So hopefully she can get back up. Yeah, they're definitely doing something with this jacket. Blood sacrifice.
They finna feast. I'm telling you.
We also have our last women's match of the night. Shayna Baszler taking on Emma after their sudden interaction backstage.
We had 3 women's matches tonight.
Correct. No, wait. What was the other one?
The
Sorry. This is our second women's match. Correction. Because they were feeding us. They just didn't tell us they were going to feed us. It's like going to a buffet without knowing what they serve.
Very much so.
We were fed, though. Shayna Baszler literally ended Emma very quickly, not too quick, but quick enough. And I thought it was funny because Emma's just kind of like popping around, doing her thing, but we do have bigger fish to fry. No diss to Emma, but I mean Ronda comes out after Shayna's win and reminds everyone of why she is the baddest woman on the planet. I was surprised they made Shayna look a little weak, but you know, Shayna's had her moments.
That's true.
You have to reestablish, I would say, Ronda's dominance in this. But I think this is the match that everyone has been looking for. Shayna and Ronda. Fingers crossed. I hope Shayna goes over, but of course we'll give you those predictions on August. I think that's August 1st.
August 1st.
No, that's the last July 30th.
Oh,
it's the Monday we come back. 31st.
I probably won't. Well, depending on how early I leave on that day.
True.
It's gonna depend on if I be here.
We'll see. I will be at SummerSlam. We'll be doing the do for SummerSlam, so I hope we get this match. Whew. Cody Rhodes, y'all, he came out and was letting people understand why he could not let this go with Brock Lesnar. Like, and it's clear. The passion is there. He says that he will be the next in line.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank, period. I will be the next in line. I love that.
15 minutes of blah. Joseph, we do not disrespect Dr. Cody Luther King. In this building, we do not disrespect this Black King right here. At the end of the day, does Brock Lesnar accept Cody's challenge for it? Oh, look at him.
He has no choice.
He has no choice.
See, you get it.
Shut up, bitch. How about that?
See, you get it.
Right there.
You get it. That man. They're going to take us off. They're going to take us off.
They are.
Oh, my God.
I need to get that clip for real. Like, so serious, I need to get that clip.
Oh, girl. It'll be banned next week. You better get it.
It will. I know.
But yes, we love Cody Rhodes. We always listen. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I love the women's matches. I love Rhea. I love, honey, what we saw tonight with Raquel. But listen, Cody Rhodes is the highlight of my Monday night. Okay, it's American. It feels right. Pastor Cody Rhodes, Martin Luther King Jr. We love you. Thank you for always giving us a message, bringing us through the threshold of life.
Mike, come on, y'all know what this is. Y'all know this is the sermon of the night. This is a sermon every time Cody Rhodes come out here. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes, or an hour.
We're gonna eat.
We're gonna trust me. We're gonna eat. We're gonna feast. Okay, I'm telling you.
Shit, I can't.
Every week. I hope he come out next week and give us another sermon. And in Atlanta, in fucking Atlanta next week. So.
Yeah. I was thinking about I was thinking about it, but I don't think I am.
I mean, it's not that far away.
It's not. No, it's not. Atlanta's
I mean,
literally.
You could bust that move though, like for real.
We'll see. I'm gonna see how the weekend goes. We'll see. We also had a no disqualification match between The Miz and Tommaso Ciampa, and what was very, very interesting about this is not this spot, not the way they were beating the hell out of each other, but the fact that The Miz wins. Do you think, and I'm asking everyone, including Santana, everyone in the chat, do you think that The Miz was the right decision?
I mean, Miz is not always like, he's not lacking when it comes to figuring out ways to beat opponents. He's Miz has a lot of friends that people don't know about.
Yeah.
And the Miz knows how to find people that will do his dirty work in any way to assist him in winning matches. And this one in particular, absolutely not. But you can't put anything past the Miz because of the simple fact of that the Miz is very sneaky.
Very.
Very sneaky. And you, like I said, you never know who Miz knows. And Bronson Reed just happened to be the person that he knows who can't seem to mind his business in any capacity. He's always finding a way to get himself involved in other things. First you was dealing with Shinsuke and Ricochet. You're done with them. Now you need to move your ass over here. You always inserting yourself into other people's storylines.
That is true. I wonder what he came out after the match, or was it during the match?
It was during the match. He's the reason why Miz won.
Not gonna lie, I was dozing off a little bit.
He is the reason why Miz won.
Had to give me a little 15 minute nap. I didn't think he won. I also didn't know the women's card. So what was so funny is like after Shayna and Emma, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give me a 15 in. And then I literally wake up to Chelsea and Sonya, and I'm like, fuck. So I had to go back and re-highlight that one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is the right decision. But like you said, and listen, I love The Miz. I do, but I don't care how old you are. If you've been in the game longer, I don't like the younger talent not going over the veterans. That's my issue. That was even my issue when Charlotte ended up beating Rhea at the pandemic WrestleMania. Like that was my issue then. It didn't really bother me when Charlotte beat Asuka, only because Asuka was coming up as a newbie, but she had already had this extensive thing, and I think it kind of helped with the storyline. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know, when these little matches like these, I don't know. I just think the young talent, like the newer talent, let me not say young, but let me say newer talent should get the rub. But something's gonna come out of this. This feud is obviously not over, but forget all that. This is what I came for. Okay, this right here. What I love about whoever is producing this is that it doesn't matter that Raquel is the tag team champion. It doesn't matter that she's in a tag team with Liv. It's about building, igniting this feud that was, in my opinion, one of the last feuds that I think meant something to Black and Gold. I'm not saying that Dakota and Raquel that feud didn't mean what it meant to Black and Gold, but I think it meant more to the progression of where we were going in NXT and where we are now. If you don't remember, Raquel defeated Rhea in her last match at NXT before she got caught up at that time. She beat her in a last woman standing match after power bombing her ass off that damn thing, and she never got up. And I think there's so much unfinished business. Rhea is not the same person. Raquel's definitely not the same person. And there was even some funny moments with Chelsea and Sonya. Chelsea talking about 3 strikes, basketball. Like, girl, please shut the hell up.
We'll be running Monday Night Raw, right, Rhea? Who is we?
No. That's you protecting me. I'm Chelsea. Trying to be all.
Like, get the fuck back, bro. What are you doing? She will knock your head off, literally.
I love that Liv was still involved in this too and wasn't jealous or there was no jealousy involved. I do think, and we'll get into this a little later, but I think next. But I do think that the tag team titles on Raquel and Liv are not going to last that long. And I only say that because Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville did pick up the victory on Kayden and Katana, gaining some great momentum before their match next week. And I think they actually have a good rivalry too, to be honest. I think that Kayden and Katana are really, they're really high on them right now, especially with the WWE Universe. People love how acrobatic they are. And I think it goes beyond that. They have great chemistry.
They do.
They do. But yes, Chelsea and Sonya get the win finally, because
well, they did win, the tournament, of course, in a sense as well. So like they needed this momentum. Of course, they need to be. They are a legit tag team now.
They are.
So they need this momentum. You know what I'm saying? And who knows if they do win next week, and then boom, they already have a feud with Katana. So then you already have your stuff going on there, and then of course any of the other tag teams too. You can implement them like that there, and they can go. I feel like a Chelsea and a Sonya would be great going from like Raw to NXT to SmackDown and things like that. I feel like
think about it from like marketing too. Like they would like if they were on the Barbie like together, like Sonya was Ken and Chelsea was Barbie. I think that would be or even of course Matt Cardona. Can't forget about him because he really is. But I think too, putting the titles on them is a good from a marketing standpoint too. I think Raquel and Liv are great champions. I really do. But I think that they both need to separate and even give us a triple threat between Raquel and Rhea and Liv. That could work too. But I know we're moving towards another triple threat that's been unfolding on the SmackDown brand. But Lord Jesus. Before we take a commercial break, we are going to get into a few things that are going to happen for next week. First and foremost, in the ATL Hot Atlanta, baby, Brock Lesnar is back, and he is probably going to beat the shit out of Cody Rhodes, or Seth Rollins, or Chad Gable. Anybody.
Whoever gets it.
Speaking of Chad Gable, there will be Viking rules match. Now, I'm finally getting my fucking, like, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want. We're getting into it. It's kind of getting back into, like, the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits, so it's slowly... I've been hanging on. So I'm very excited about this because I love this type of entertainment. I think it's going to be very good. We don't know what the hell a Viking Rules match even is, but the Alpha Academy and the Viking Raiders will be competing in it next week. We also have Matt Riddle versus the Ring General himself, Gunther, and Imperium are banned from ringside. Okay? So that's next week. And then, of course, as we discussed before, Lordy, Liv Morgan and Raquel defend their WWE Women's Tag Team Championships against Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville next week in Atlanta, baby. It's going to be a scorcher. I think they are at State Farm Arena. I'm sure they're not at Mercedes-Benz because it's outside, but probably going to be at State Farm and holding it down, doing the do. But we have gotten to our main event of the night. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we will be back here at Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet.
Hey peeps, TK Trinidad here, boss lady of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I want to say thank you so much for watching because you've got millions of options. Plus, you don't have to worry about sharing your password to check us out. But while you're here, hopefully you know we have so many more shows to watch, like Turnbuckle Glam, Raw Post Show, WoW Post Show, AEW Dynamite Post Show, Women's Wrestling Army Post Show, NXT Post Show, Impact Wrestling Post Show, AEW Rampage and SmackDown Live Post Show, On the Scroll, ROH Post Show, WWT Live, plus all of our interviews with the hottest women's wrestlers in the game. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our website at www.talkpod.com and follow us on all social media platforms at www.talkpod, and make sure to spread the word. That means send this to the group chat. Yes, even the person with the green bubble. Thanks again so much for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling show on the planet. Ciao for now.
A little delay tonight, honey. Hold on.
Nice.
I am fucking dead.
Nice. We get to our main event, 6-man tag team turmoil, as I like to call it. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, Rhea Ripley watching along. Lord Jesus, there was so much chaos going on, like in just the 17 minutes that they had. But Judgment Day gets the victory, and at the end, I know Santana was so nervous. She didn't know what the hell was going to happen. Was it going to be a cash-in? Was it going to be a brawl between her two men who she's been seeing every hour on the hour tonight, which was nuts because, Lord Jesus.
I was stressed.
I'm praying for you.
Always am, but they hugged it out. So it seems to me as if, like, for right now, they're okay. They're good. Right, they're fine for now. And of course, I know they're going to be making their rounds down in NXT to confront my other one. So, like, woo. I don't.
That's some shit. Like, okay, I'm telling you, NXT might be better than, like, NXT might have the best show this week, honestly. I'm so know. Like, I know when we first started, like when we first met, like NXT was our thing. We used to do the rooms on Clubhouse. I had just bought my belt. Like we loved NXT. And I think that like Santana stayed with NXT. I know me, I was a little like the NXT 2.0 thing really threw me off. Dakota and Raquel threw me off. Like
I stayed through the whole thing.
Mandy becoming champion just threw me off. I fucking hated it. But I would always watch. And then I would say about 3 or 4 months ago, it started to just feel like, okay, we're getting we're moving a little bit. I think Tiffany Stratton, I think Nathan Frazier, Wesley, you saw Wesley and Mustafa Ali are official.
Yeah,
the Great American Bash.
I'm gonna be standing probably at that match because like I like Wesley, I do, but I love Mustafa Ali.
You do.
I do, and I think that he could be the one to beat Wesley.
Absolutely.
I do, but then again, Wesley, every opponent that Wesley has had since he's had this title, he has been he's had so many different competitors, even all in one match, and he continues to show that. And I think he had to prove that he could be a dominant champion and a singles champion without his brother no longer being there. You know what I'm saying? So he had to prove that he could be. I mean, of course, don't get me wrong. It was real rocky in the beginning trying to get used to Wesley being this champion. You know what I'm saying? It was difficult. It was hard because it was just like, okay, what do y'all have going for him? I mean, what do y'all have for him? And then it's all about being patient and letting things play out. And when I say it's been playing out, honestly, it's been playing out. I mean, whoever wins between Braun Breaker and Dragunov will be facing Melo at Great American Bash. I'm hoping that I don't want to see Braun and Melo. I don't, because like Braun, you lost, my boy. Figure something else. But I also don't know too much about Dragunov because I do like Dragunov too, and that is a crazy, you know what? And I don't know. Like,
I don't know either. I just don't think
is that if whoever Melo faces and Melo wins, my only thing is that Damien. That's all.
If he cashes in on like in front of you, I would laugh. I would laugh completely. Austin, Texas.
My knees. Like,
And then boom, Jordan Grace comes out. I'm here for all of it. Like literally. Like you have no idea. You have no idea the fantasy booking I have going on in my head right now.
I'm gonna be like Damien. First of all, it'll be my first time seeing Damien.
Correct.
Let's start there. So I'm already gonna be losing my shit anyway. But if he decides that he wants to cash in,
that's I don't know. Well, tomorrow night on NXT, the Judgment Day will be showing up as requested from Carmelo Hayes. Santana, you have no one to thank but your men for all of this. They're all gonna fight. They're all gonna look sweaty, and I'm gonna fucking laugh. I wish Grayson Waller was here so he can talk shit about everybody, but he's not. He's on SmackDown. Fucking oh my god, I don't even want to talk about it. It pisses me off so bad. But that's the show, y'all. Monday Night Raw, another great show. We do have a lot of great content that we will be sharing with Impact Wrestling this week. I'm going to say it now. Kevin Knight, Speedball, Mike Bailey, match of the year. I know there's Kenny Ospreay. Well, Kenny and Ospreay match.
Combine their names together.
Kenny Ospreay 1-2. But seriously, great match. Overall, great show. I loved it. Monday Night Raw was I don't know. It's just funny because it was really based on the sports entertainment tonight. And normally that's not my thing. I like good wrestling, but Becky, Zoe Stark match of the week for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, my granddaddy would probably not be there.
No, he won't. But we'll talk all things Impact on Thursday. Make sure you Google Drian Santana if you want to know how famous this woman really is. And you can find me on Twitter. Child, please. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram. Keep following the page. We have new merch dropping. You'll see that more exclusively here on Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one women's wrestling show on the planet. And this one's for the CEO. And Drian, come on. Ciao.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the number one